Hello Scorpio and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for March the 16th through to the 31st. So moving from Pisces season into Aries season. And what I get for this for you Scorpio, because Pisces season was such a very compatible season for you because of the water energy. I get that you've kind of gone in there and connected with some transformative energy, connected to your power. And now you're coming up and out under this, you kind of was like under the surface into these watery, into the ocean. And you've gone in and you've kind of gone into the world of Neptune and got this power. And then you're about to go up over the surface in when we hit Aries season. And you've got this sort of power that you're wielding now that you're able to, it's like you've got, it's like you're holding... Well, it's like a trident kind of energy, but it's like you've got some sort of, you're wielding some kind of staff or something that you can definitely just, because Aries season, like Aries, the ruler of Aries is Mars as well, which is also your traditional ruler. There's this sense of just suddenly having this purpose and this energy and this vitality and this power to be able to do what it is that you want to be doing. So, yeah, it's a very activated and energized energy that comes through for you. So that's kind of the image that I was given, and it's kind of like a mantle as well. So, yeah, Scorpio, this reading is for, and we've got, is for March the 16th through to the 31st, moving from Scorpio into Aries season. And it is a general reading, Scorpio. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading. The link for that will be in the description box below. And also just always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, because it gives a more holistic view of what's going on for you, Scorpio. And just to also let you know, I've opened up to personal readings, so the link for that is also in the description box below. Now, speaking of which, here we are. World. Capricorn, Aquarius, Saturn, Libra, something is completed. And here you are, the Magician. Gemini, Virgo, Mercury, Virgo. I feel like this is you. And you're like, it's like, I have completed this. I've made it finish. I've got it across the finish line and got myself in a much better position here with this 1-7 Mars Leo that's coming in as well with this. So a cycle definitely completes, and this is through a lot of your sheer willpower and the power that you're actually wielding at this moment in time, which is to do with life force. And the Magician energy is kind of like you've manifested a completion, but also you're ready to step into something new. So, and you kind of got yourself into a much better position through all this process. So fantastic energy coming in. And it's kind of like, I feel like you're going to be pretty happy that this is over, like that a big cycle is over here. And it could feel like a bit of a big soul growth cycle as well, but you've finally been able to put an end to something. So that feels really good, Scorpio. So let's see what else is coming in for you. Let's kind of complete the picture of what's going on for this reading. So I like it. I like that Mars has come in as well with the Mars Leo energy, that this is your, we were talking about Mars, and I feel like Mars is really strong for you. Let's kind of keep getting that energy, and that is your traditional ruler, like I said. So, and what I'm getting with this 1-7 is that it's actually suddenly opened you up to a whole heap of different possibilities in a whole heap of different multi-directional possibilities that are coming in. It's not just one direction that you can be opening up to, but many. So, and it can be highly expressive. It can be really creative. It can be really dynamic. There's just so many things that are going on with this. But it's the most important thing is that this is what you want. So that is the main thing that's coming out around this. So I actually... you might find yourself like your energy is very similar to Aries energy that's coming in. I almost called you Aries for a second because it felt like I was talking to Aries for a second. Don't get me wrong around that. But it's kind of like you might find yourself working with Aries or being attracted to Aries type people as well. And it might feel like this is like a really good partnership for a short period of time. It's someone that you might normally butt heads against, or an energy, a type of energy that normally you might not necessarily like working besides. But this time it feels like there's actually a very strong chemistry and dynamic connection between you and An Aries, or somebody that just displays that Aries-like energy, they're going to be feeling very dynamic and activated as well, and ready to kind of do something, take something on. So speaking of which, we've got the Knight of Wands. This is, like taking something on, positive change, crossed by the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot energy. So the Two of Wands, this is you wanting to step into something new. We can see that. The Queen of Wands, a lot of fire coming in for you. So that's what we're sort of seeing. Wow, look at this. Money. King of Pentacles in the near future. We like it. You are presenting as the Hermit energy. Energy surrounding you is the Five of Swords. There is a little bit of conflict, but we've got conflicts ending in victory here. And we have the Ten of Swords. This is... If this is what you want something to, it's like shutting a door on something, closing a chapter with this Ten of Swords, putting an end to something. And we have as an outcome the High Priestess. So I like this energy coming through with the High Priestess and the King of Swords. Interesting. And at the base, the Four of Swords. Okay, there's a lot going on here for you, Scorpio. And your mind and your intuition will be working really, really well together, which is the good news. So in terms of the situation, you've got the Knight of Wands. This is a real Sagittarius energy of off on the next big adventure. I want to take something on. I want to enact some kind of change. I want to enact positive change and feeling really passionate, spontaneous, activated energy. It is crossed by this Two of Pentacles, which is kind of like something is not quite in balance. Like it's kind of like, is this going to stretch your energy in some way? Are you going off and doing something over here and there's still something over here? Like there is still something you're committed to. And it's like, I want to be doing this. And, it might be like, I want to be going off and doing this hobby, but I've got a full-time job. So I have to kind of still manage to work the balance between the two energies. So it's just trying to find the balance. It might also be around money. It might mean that you have to kind of juggle money to get to and do to whatever it is that you want to do. But we have in your conscious mind the Chariot energy. So it's like whatever, it's kind of nothing's going to stop you. Nothing's going to stand in your way. It's like, yeah, I can see you Two of Pentacles, but that's not going to stop me. I see you there. I'm just charging forward anyway. Through sheer willpower. This is the Chariot card, it's actually a chariot, but it's a stone chariot and it's run by sphinxes. And it actually is not moving. The only way that this moves forward is through willpower and emotional surge. So this is kind of what we're getting with you, is that in your conscious mind there's this real sense of drive to succeed and drive to get what it is that you want here with this Chariot energy. And like I said, this is success. The Chariot energy is very fast moving. So is the Knight of Wands. It's all happening kind of quickly. And so quickly that this is where it could tip things a little bit out of balance with the Two of Pentacles. But it's kind of like, yeah, I'll sort that out as I go. I'll work that out on the way. But the Chariot energy, kind of interesting because we can see the Two of Pentacles is like, things going in different directions, trying to find the balance between material resources or things on the material plane that are kind of taking you in two different directions. And we can see here in the Chariot card, the Sphinxes are heading off in two different opposite directions. And through sheer force of will, it's like, no, we're bringing it into a single focus, not letting anything get in my way. So I like it. Conflicts ending in victory. And interestingly, we've got the Two of Wands again. So again, I do feel like it's a sense that one door shuts and another one opens. And there may be a slight overlap between it, but it's like I'm not letting that stop me. So the Two of Wands is stepping into something new, activating, taking that first step, feeling really excited about it, but it's also like I'm letting something go, I'm walking away from something, I'm leaving something behind. So this is actually, part of what this drive is the completion and the start. So in the recent past, we've got the Queen of Wands. So this works really well. This is a Leo energy underneath it, the Wand 7 Mars Leo, So this energy, the Queen of Wands, is very much like, okay, I've been in the mode of attracting what it is that I want, getting myself in a better position, attracting opportunities to make that happen. And actually also attracting opportunities further afield in a whole heap of different directions or people as well. So people might come out of the woodwork, or, it might be, I'm kind of getting international as well, like international contacts or people from other countries, people out of the woodwork that you wouldn't normally expect. Suddenly it feels like you're like a magnet magnet and it's like people are like drawn to you. So this is like opening up to a lot of, I get the world in general, like opening up to a wider world coming in, which actually feels really good. And because you're turning up as the Queen of Wands, you're attracting what it is that you want, which is fantastic. So in the near future, we've got the King of Pentacles. This is Mr. Moneybags. This is money. And with the Magician there, this is working with money, managing money, having conversations with banks or financial institutions or businesses. This is very much, activated money energy. It's like, show me the money. I need the money. I'm going to work all this out. So, definitely you're going to be working with money. You're going to be making plans around this. There's money here to be accessed, a lot of it for some of you as well with this King of Pentacles. So this is a really fantastic energy to come through. Now we have, you're presenting as the Hermit, which is kind of an interesting energy because it's quite a inner reflective energy. It's very much going deep within. It's a real Virgo energy, and there's a lot of messages coming to you from deep within. And I feel like this is more connected to where we were saying within that Piscean energy of kind of felt like there was a lot happening under the surface. There was a lot happening that was submerged and is ready to come up and ready to come up and out and taken into activated as some sort of action. So this is the Hermit energy where you're kind of going deep within and connecting to those messages that you're getting that have been submerged, that are there connected to your body or to your inner wisdom as well. And for some of you, this can feel like a bit of soul searching or looking for answers. For some of you, this can feel like loneliness or the sense of feeling quite detached or wanting to detach yourself from a situation. So there is a moment, like I said, there's this sense that you start off in this very deep internal submerged space, but then you come out into the world and it's going from the divine feminine into the divine masculine, but there's wisdom around all of this. So interestingly, because in the energy surrounding you, you've got the Five of Swords, which is conflict, okay? There's conflict either inside your mind or there's conflict with people that you are around, and this is where you're kind of trying to make sense or understand it as well with this Five of Swords. There could have been a fight or an argument, or it could just be people are saying things that are not resonating with you and you kind of like, or you don't like what direction people are taking things in. It's like, why would you do that? So there's been some kind of potential fallout that you are trying to find a solution for as well, or just a greater understanding of why this is happening in your world. But I actually doesn't feel like it. Again, we've got the Chariot card, conflicts ending in victory. So it's kind of like, you're tackling it. You're tackling a problem and go, right, well, maybe we need to throw money at something here with the King of Pentacles as well. Maybe that's one of the solutions. And I do feel like you're working with that. So in terms of your hopes and fears, you've got the Ten of Swords. And this is very much like door shut, ending, complete, closure, it's over, it's done, something's finished, don't believe that anymore, don't want to do that anymore, it's not going to happen, energy kind of. And, the darkness is lifting and there is a new dawn. So I feel like there's a part of you that feels like you're in the dark here with the Hermit energy and you're just got limited resources in terms of finding the light and finding the path ahead. But the thing is with the Ten of Swords, that this is lifting and rising, which is actually a really nice energy. So that's what you're wanting anyway. So to put an end to something or to say no, maybe you don't want to know as well. That could be, I don't want this to end. I don't want to know. So it's a hope and a fear. You can go either way. But I do feel like a lot of you are kind of enacting a closure, a finalization with something here. So we have, as an outcome, the High Priestess and the King of Swords. These are the let's sort this out energies. Let's just do this, sort this out, make some decisions. And it's very much, you might be dealing with powerful people. You might be having meetings with powerful people. You might be having Zoom chats or whatever it is. It might be someone over the other side of the world for some of you. But the High Priestess is very much your intuition. The King of Swords is your head and your mind. And they're both working together. So it's kind of like, and again, I keep getting an unstoppable force. So often I see in readings like people are having struggle between their intuition and what their logical mind is saying. For you guys, it's like no. And probably for any sign, it's probably the easiest. Out of all the signs, Scorpio can manage both of those energies. And it's finding clarity about where you've been intuitively guided. Things are being revealed to you with the High Priestess, where you know that the right decision to be made. The King of Swords is the strategist, is very, very logical and rational. So it's very much a sense that this feels like a united front. It feels like, okay, and this might be reflective in people that, like in situations where you are making plans to do with money and it's like, okay, you and maybe somebody else, there's a united front energy, whether this is like both sides of you, your intuition or your logic, or you and somebody very powerful are going in and going, right, you're kind of advocating or saying, this is what I want, or putting something forward here and saying, you're going in to fight for something and try and convince people this is what you want, or trying to say, invest in me or invest in this product, or it's a sense of just going in and going, right. I just get a sense it's two energies. It potentially is two people, like a very, very strong partnership that is just like, okay, taking this on. So, yeah, fantastic. And at the base, we've got the Four of Swords. So this is an energy of taking a break. And actually, interestingly, with the Hermit energy, it's very similar. Both of these cards are receiving wisdom inside your mind or messages inside your mind and making sense of something, because it feels like there's been messages or that have been coming to you that haven't made sense. And now you're kind of working with it and going, okay, well, what does make sense in my world and how can I fix some of this? And the Four of Swords is putting aside some differences or some kind of past hurts, and going, okay, I'm going deep within. I'm going to work out what I've been told or what stories I've been telling myself, and I'm going to make sense of it. So ultimately, this is really a big, and even rewriting the story or rewriting the narrative, how is this going to end? So once you kind of have the answer, this can represent a big mindset shift as well. It's all stations go. It's like, okay, now we've solved the riddle, moving forward so strongly. So yeah, taking action. It's really quite amazing. So it's like if you were, I don't know why they're showing me this, but it's kind of like if you were playing, say, a game of tennis, and well, it's not like I'm getting two things with this High Priestess and King of Swords. I'm getting like industry leaders kind of energy, like we're going in and we're going to sell this company, or we're going to convince everybody to give us $1 million. It's kind of something big and strong. Now, that's not saying all of you are going to do that, but it's kind of got this energy of like united, we're stronger. United we stand. And they're showing me like doubles, tennis doubles, where if these are fierce opponents. So this is you as well. And like I said, this can be the two parts of you, but there's a sense of taking something on and being really fierce with it. So if you stepped onto a doubles court playing tennis and these two came up, the High Priestess and the King of Swords, you'd just be like, oh, okay. This is like perhaps a stronger force than what I'm used to, and I feel like I'm not going to win this one. So this is like a winning energy, the High Priestess and the King of Swords, that is like on your side. It's just this formidable energy. So this says, I am safe and it's only change. I cross all bridges with joy and ease. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences. My life gets better all the time. So yeah, that's it. I mean, there is a big change here with something ending and something beginning. And being a fixed sign, Scorpio, sometimes you don't like change. And that's potentially where you're really, if your mind is on board and you're like, okay, I see, and this is a decision that I feel like I'm making. And once you're 100% on board with it, you 100% put everything into it. But it's kind of like with these two energies, the Hermit and the Four of Swords, you need to be very clear inside your mind that you are on board with this big change and this thing that is ending and moving into a new phase or new energy in your life. So Let's see. We've got the Fairie. Okay. The Fairie card. And this is kind of, if you believe energy. It's, fairies feel so light and they're mythical, and there is a sense it's very Piscean kind of, do you believe in these sort of things? And it's kind of, part of what's going on deep inside your mind is this sense of belief in an outcome, belief in self, belief that you can do this, belief that this change can happen and it can be good. So it's all these sort of things that are happening in your world at this moment. It's very powerful. So like I said, once you're on board, and like I said, the High Priestess and the King of Swords, they're saying it's like you were given a mantle for change or to enact some kind of change. And so you've got this power with the powerhouse energy of the High Priestess and the King of Swords. And it's like, what do you want to do with it? How do you want to wield this power? What changes do you want to bring into the world or your life when you've got this activated so strongly at this moment in time? It doesn't always happen like that. So, yeah. And that's why I like this Four of Swords and Hermit energy, because you're actually making there's wisdom behind this. It's not just jumping impetuously into it, which is happening with the Knight of Wands energy, but there's all this other very strong energy around it that means that this is, yes, it's this sense of I need to do this, but it's got a purpose. It's got a very, very strong purpose attached to it. So that's it, Scorpio. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. We'll see what comes in, because we can see some very powerful moves to do with money planning, with wanting to bring in success and to activate this change. So where is this all going in the near future and the future beyond? What's happening with all of these kind of like power plays or powerful energies, and success, this drive for success. So let's see what's happening with all of that. And we'll ask any other clarifiers or any intuitive messages that you need to hear. And also we're going to ask, tune into career, money, love and relationships, and pull some cards around that. I think it's going to be very interesting from the last, I remember the last readings were, because we're in Pisces season, it kind of went down this whole watery realm, but I do feel like this is going to be a lot more like, okay, you've been in there and now you're coming out and making some concrete changes. So that's everything we're going to explore in the extended. Love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below, and usually pin the link to the comments as well. And yeah, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, Scorpio, because that lets YouTube know that you support this channel and the content that's being made, and helps support the growth of the channel. So take care, use this energy wisely, and look forward to seeing you next time.